Saved by the Bell with me, I can tell you exactly what episode it is by the poster on the wall in the school. So whatever the poster changes every episode. So if I see that episode, that poster, I could tell you what episode it is.
It's fucking. I mean, I was gonna judge you, but I can do that with Friends, and just by one line, I can finish the rest of it. What were you saying, Jake?
It's not as cool, man.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's also not as cool is the Friends reunion, which we can talk about, even though none of you saw it. But it's.
I saw a little bit of it, and I still want to. But
okay. Well, I originally heard that it wasn't great prior to watching it, but I was like, I have to watch this just because. And I just assumed that everyone was going to look miserable and sad that they were there because, it's so difficult to get them all in the same room together.
Remember we were making real big money being on this television show, and none of us really have as good of a career since then.
What?
Basically.
Jennifer Aniston's career is fucking insane.
I mean, yeah, but she's probably the only one. And,
yeah, that's kind of true.
And Matthew Perry is like, what the fuck's going on with the guy?
His career used to be insane, but now.
I don't even think it was ever insane. It was insane maybe after Friends because they thought he was going to be like the star out of all of them. And then it just never happened.
He was in all those movies that so around the time of Friends ending was when I was younger, like that age, like he was in 17 again with Zac Efron. And that was like the age where I would be watching Zac Efron because it's Zac Efron.
Wait, was Zac Efron playing his 17-year-old self?
Yeah, he was playing Matthew Perry as a 17-year-old, yeah.
What?
But still, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like he popped up in those kind of movies. Like, he was never in anything that was good.
Well, he was in a movie with what's his name? Bald dude from Die Hard. Why is it slipping my brain?
Bruce Willis.
Oh my god, Bruce Willis. He was in a
so hard of anyone else because I was like, there's no way in fucking hell Eric doesn't know who Bruce is.
Well, I was like, he was like, when he said bald guy, I was like, oh, that's who it is.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, he was in a movie with Bruce Willis. And then there was a sequel that was awful. And then that was probably the last movie that Matthew Perry made that was halfway decent. I don't remember the name, but it was with, I think Salma Hayek was like somebody's girlfriend or somebody's something.
You know what I will tell you about the Friends reunion, though? The clip where David Schwimmer and Jennifer Aniston said that they actually had a crush on each other. I'm not going to lie. I was a huge Ross and Rachel fan. So I kind of geeked out.
No,
I was like, oh, yeah.
But it's also like, how can you not? I mean,
years ago.
What'd you say?
Satisfaction from 20 years ago.
Wait, I didn't know that. Wait, I thought this was news.
Oh, the French shit happened 20 years ago. I'm saying that that came out. I'm saying this is all about shit that happened 20 years ago.
Well, but they were saying so they were saying that they never got to date in the show. So they channeled all their feelings into Ross and Rachel. And I'm like, oh, well, that's why everybody loved him so much. Chemistry.
Yeah, Jake.
Chemistry
at 100. Chemistry there.
Hundo.
Okay, because they really wanted to bang, but they couldn't. I wonder if were they saying, did they say that they weren't allowed to date?
No, they were always somebody was always in a relationship.
Oh, right.
So they never.
Right. Yeah,
I got to give them credit for that, though. Because it's easy to cheat on someone.
There's no way that, well, I guess. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. No way. I meant no way that they wouldn't have been in a relationship with each other. But yeah, I guess you're right. If they were all in relationships.
David Schwimmer's definitely kicking himself because she's way out of his league.
I mean, she was then too. So
no, I know, but what I'm saying is he had the chance and he didn't take it. So
I'm sure it wasn't easy to see Brad Pitt on some of the episodes or one of the episodes. It's like, damn, okay, I can't really. What do I do here? I can't really do much.
Were they dating in that episode?
Brad Pitt, yeah.
No.
Brad Pitt
Ross and Rachel in the show.
Oh,
I remember the episode.
No,
because that was the I Hate Rachel Club episode.
And Ross joined.
Were they dating?
I don't know if they were dating because I remember. I think it was just one of those where Ross had feelings for her, kind of thing.
Yeah, like the lobster episode.
Yeah, Jake, I'm your lobster. That's why I said it, because I knew you wouldn't know what the fuck I was saying.
Great.
Anyway, all in all, the Friends reunion was it was pretty cool. Jess, you said everyone hates Corden?
Yes. People were shitting on Corden.
And why do they hate him? He seemed pretty knowledgeable of the show.
Because people were just like, why the fuck is James Corden hosting the Friends reunion? Like, why is Corden?
Because he's on NBC and they probably couldn't get Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, well, people don't like Corden as it is. So I think the fact that people don't like Corden, and then he was on the Friends reunion, they were like, why the fuck is he on everything? Because didn't he just host an award show or something too?
Like Corden, also, like the popular host and awards and shit. Like, doesn't like carpool karaoke like fucking pull in views?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I think what that is like, you know how mainstream media views don't translate into like Twitter? I think that's what that is. I think like the internet and like millennials or Gen Z, or probably somewhere in the middle, don't like Corden. And then it translates like older people like Corden.
I think sometimes that Twitter doesn't really translate terribly well into real life either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's normally, like you said,
most people are like, okay, like, sure, that's happening now.
Yeah. He's got like a ton of exposed videos on YouTube. So I saw him trending and I was like, oh shit, he Ellened. And
Did you watch the exposed videos to see what the fuck they were saying?
He was just exposing himself privately. And then
they were exposing him for being an asshole. Like they were just saying, like pulling old interviews and shit like that. But that was what Twitter was. Twitter was like, I saw him trending. I'm like, oh shit, what do you do? It was before I even saw the reunion. And I just saw everybody shitting on him for being the host of the reunion.
I mean, old interviews doing what though? Is it just like out of context, like him being an asshole, or is it like him genuinely?
Like James Corden in the UK is like known for a lot more like kind of aggressive comedy. In the US, they were like, you can host a late night show, you just can't do any of that shit. Yeah. And so like a shit ton of interviews of him being probably like closer to his like actual self, which is just like, you know, a more honestly like in your face comic, but like more of like a fucking wise ass comic where he's kind of mean, but I mean, to the jump.
That's why people like Ricky Gervais. But
there's also a specific clip that every video puts in there of like James Harden talking. He was in like a radio interview. I mean, so did I say Harden?
Yeah.
I meant to say Corden. It's because the playoffs are on.
I'm sorry. Again, go ahead.
But he's giving some interview. I think it was for a radio show in the UK. And they were talking about, he was talking about how he was a dick when he first started coming up. And then like somebody said something to him, his mom or somebody. I don't remember the story fully, but his mom like said, don't act like that or something. And it made him be like, oh, I have an attitude. Like he didn't even realize. Mm-hmm. And then he changed.
So he's a dick by accident.
I also think it was like rewarded. Like he got it because he was like dickhead comedy. Like,
but that's also a big brand in the UK. Like comedians in the UK make a brand off that.
So I know a whole lot more UK comedians who like that's their thing versus and like US comedians.
Yeah. Well, Russell Brand, right off the top of my head, is like that's his everything.
Yeah. Right. But he's like the chillest guy of all time in real life.
I know, I love him.
But like I think it's just a bigger market there. Like that's closer to where comedy is and all that kind of shit.
Hold for Everything podcast.